The looming energy crisis, America's critical path forward. The United States is facing an unprecedented energy challenge. After years of stable demand, electricity usage is skyrocketing, growing at a pace unseen since World War II. This surge is a testament to the nation's technological progress and economic growth, but it also presents a complex puzzle that demands immediate attention. The U.S. economy is increasingly electricity dependent, from powering homes and businesses to driving the country's ambitions in artificial intelligence and advanced manufacturing. The demand is so high that over the next decade, the North American Electric Reliability Corporation projects a staggering 18% increase in peak electricity demand, equivalent to adding the total energy needs of California, New York, and Texas combined. But here's where it gets controversial. The rising demand is already impacting consumers. Electricity prices are soaring, and the grid is struggling to keep up. Without swift action, Americans will face higher costs, businesses will lose competitiveness, and the nation risks falling behind in the global race for technological innovation. The solution: maximizing existing resources. The conventional approach of building new power plants, while necessary, won't be enough to meet the surging demand. However, there's a more efficient solution: optimizing the existing electric system. Believe it or not, on average, half of the U.S. electric infrastructure sits idle at any given time. This system was designed for peak demand moments, like extreme weather events, rather than for efficient, everyday use. The good news is that the technology to improve this situation already exists. Batteries can store excess power, sensors can enhance electricity transmission, and software can integrate distributed energy sources, turning homes and buildings into virtual power plants. Utilities and energy companies need to shift their focus from solely increasing output to prioritizing consumer benefits, like lower prices and improved reliability. The impact of rising prices and reliability issues. For decades, the U.S. enjoyed an energy advantage with relatively low electricity prices. However, the massive spike in demand has reversed this trend. Retail electricity prices in 2025 have increased at an alarming rate, nearly doubling the overall inflation rate. Utilities are requesting or receiving approval for substantial rate increases, and consumers are feeling the pinch. In a recent survey, 2/3 of Americans reported utility bills as a significant financial stressor. Additionally, reliability is suffering. U.S. power markets are struggling to maintain sufficient backup power to prevent blackouts during peak demand periods. This year, most power markets in the U.S. are expected to fall below the critical reliability threshold, increasing the risk of outages. This combination of higher prices and lower reliability poses a direct threat to national security and economic competitiveness. As the global economy shifts towards high-tech industries like AI, innovative energy technologies, and advanced semiconductors, a reliable electric system is crucial for the U.S. To maintain its leadership position, China, a key competitor, has recognized this and is investing heavily in electricity generation. The challenge of meeting demand. While the U.S. added a significant amount of new power capacity in 2024, it's not enough to keep up with the rising demand. Supply chain constraints and regulatory bottlenecks are slowing down the construction of new natural gas and nuclear power plants. Renewables, although faster and cheaper to deploy, face their own challenges with permitting and transmission. The interconnection queue, which determines the approval process for new power sources, has swelled to an enormous size, further hindering the ability to meet the growing demand. Texas, a model for success. Texas is a shining example of how to navigate this energy crisis. Despite a nearly 20% increase in electricity demand, Texas is not facing an energy crisis. Electricity prices are falling, and grid reliability is improving. Texas has adopted a comprehensive approach, connecting new power plants quickly, utilizing batteries to store excess energy, and ensuring new large-scale users operate flexibly to maximize the grid's capacity. Texas's grid operator, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, employs a connect and manage model, rapidly integrating new power sources into the grid. This approach has added significant clean energy capacity to the state. And Texas now boasts the lowest wholesale electricity prices in the country. Texas has also embraced energy storage and distributed power plants. The state is the fastest-growing market for energy storage, with enough battery capacity to power millions of homes. Additionally, Texas has passed legislation to encourage large energy consumers, like data centers, to shift their power usage during peak demand periods, potentially freeing up a substantial amount of capacity. The way forward, optimizing existing systems, can meet the staggering demand without resorting to costly and time-consuming technological advancements. Modest improvements in the use of existing energy infrastructure can yield significant gains. By increasing the efficiency of the current system, the U.S. can unlock the equivalent of dozens of new natural gas power plants. The key is to incentivize utilities and energy companies to adopt new technologies and improve the existing system's performance. Texas has demonstrated that when policymakers create the right incentives and remove regulatory barriers, electric systems can thrive. The role of policymakers and utilities. Federal, regional, and state policymakers must prioritize consumer interests and embrace reforms that encourage efficient solutions. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, which oversees the U.S. electric system, has the power to mandate interconnection reforms, set clear timelines for upgrades, and penalize underperformance. It should also ensure that storage and distributed energy systems compete fairly with physical power plants. State public utility commissions, which govern many utility policies, have a crucial role to play. By holding utilities accountable for rising electricity prices and rewarding better performance, these institutions can drive much-needed change. The recent focus on rising energy costs in political campaigns is a step in the right direction. The benefits for Americans. Optimizing existing energy systems will create jobs and support skilled tradespeople. Upgrading energy infrastructure is a labor-intensive process that requires electricians, line workers, HVAC technicians, and power engineers. Additionally, the growth of solar and wind technologies is creating new job opportunities, with these occupations projected to expand rapidly over the next decade. Conclusion: turning crisis into opportunity. The energy crisis facing the U.S. is a complex challenge, but it also presents an opportunity. By optimizing existing resources and focusing on efficient solutions, policymakers, utilities, and energy companies can lower electricity bills for consumers and position the country at the forefront of innovation. With the right incentives and reforms, the U.S. can turn this energy crunch into a competitive advantage.